Are you ready? Are you totally ready? It is the time. It is the time for you to start to set your intentions and get yourself on track. What is your divine plan? Life. It's this tapestry of energy that is woven in and out. Think of all the people that you have come in contact with through the travels of your life. Your coworkers, your friends, your schoolmates, your high school pals, your college professor. Who have we met on the journey of life, and what is their meaning in the path? And how did those experiences and those people shape you? You see, everything is happening for a reason. I know there's some questions we might have as to why what's happening now is happening, but there is a divine plan that is working beneath the surface or above the surface and all around us. I want you to think that you are walking around making your choices. I want to be this when I grow up. I want to meet this person and do this. I want to get married. I want to have children. I want to travel. What are your plans? We're all really good at making plans, particularly at the end of the year. We usually talk about that New Year's resolution, that shift that we want to make from one year to the next. Well, did you start your list for 2020 into 2021? I know some of us may have, my first goal is to not have to wear a mask anymore, right? But there's so much more that we want to create in our lives. There are things that we think we want to do. But have you ever put your foot upon a path, and even though it's what you want to do, you found yourself pushing to make it happen? Things didn't automatically fall in place. Seemed like it was an uphill climb. Did you ever stop to think that perhaps the plan that you made, that seemed logical, seemed like what you wanted to do, seemed like, well, the right thing at the right time, turned out not to be the right thing at the right time? Can you imagine? Can you imagine how you can move yourself forward in the direction of your goals, but still be in alignment with the divine plan? Rather than just making up your mind, this is what I'm going to do. Life is a series of timing, an orchestra of energy that is moving at all times and always in harmony. So when you find yourself in an inharmonious moment, you need to ask yourself, did I push? Did I force? Am I in the space of creating from my personality, my ego? Or am I listening to my heart, my soul, the essence of me, my soul that speaks and whispers, but it is I who is too stubborn to listen? You see, there's always a message. There's always a clue in the divine tapestry of life, the divine plan. But do you really know what your divine plan is? Do you know what fuels your soul? Have you given that any thought and consideration as you close out one year and leap to the next? And if we ever needed to take a big leap, and a leap of faith, I would say it would be this year into next year. Because Lord knows we didn't know much about what was coming this year. And yet, we made it. But we're a little worse for the wear, a little stressed. We've navigated things we never thought we would. The last pandemic was 100 years ago. So how could we have known? But we made our plans, didn't we? But perhaps this shift in the world, this uncomfortable moment, this impending doom and disaster that has been looming over us for most of 2020. What if that's higher meaning, the higher aspects of it, is giving you opportunities to take a good look at where you are and look at how all of your plans have placed you. Where are you? What have you accomplished? And are you really happy with where you are and what you do? And does it fill your heart? Or are you just doing to do because that's what you need to push to do? Or is it time to release some things to make room for the new? To clean up old energies and old expectations? To release old hurt and pain? to change the patterns of the family dynamics. It's all possible. But it begins with listening to your heart and truly understanding that the voice from within is the voice that leads you to your ultimate destiny, that always puts you on the path of the divine plan. And that's not to say that the divine plan is all rainbows, roses, lollipops, and puppies, because each soul has lessons to learn, experiences that are designed to transform you and make you one with the higher self and remove yourself from the drama of life, the personalities of life, and for you to be more aligned with the higher self while functioning in the physical capacity of life, the human experience, and keep your vibration high. This is the time. This is the time that you come to know the soul of you, the heart of you. And that's the important part of the divine plan. It's not necessarily a checklist of things the universe insists that you do. It is a series of exercises, warm-ups, that lead you to stretch beyond your limitations, to break free of the conditioned mind and experiences that have held you bonded to times that no longer serve you. It is the opportunity to rise above some of your most lofty goals and shift the energy for something greater. It gives you a new sense of purpose. But it's when we get caught up in the rat race that is life that we do not allow the flow of the harmony of the universe to flow through you that we lose our way. It's this song that sings from within, that echoes to the mountains, basks in the river's water, dances on the waves, and soars to new heights. The music of your soul gives you all that you need. But we've been drowned out by communication and, television, radio, social media. We're hearing everybody else's voices in our heads, including our own, and our own human demons as well, those thoughts that we use to criticize and condemn ourselves, because we've been unable to forgive ourselves and let us move forward from experiences that perhaps were less than perfect. So we are our own critic, our own saboteur. And yet at the end of the year, we want to begin again. But considering nothing changes but the day on a calendar, it is only an opportunity for you to choose to change and sustain and maintain it. And what do we know about New Year's resolutions? Within the first couple of weeks, maybe a month, people fall off. Most people do not keep their New Year's resolutions. And why is that? Because they're doing something at a time that they think it's what they're supposed to do, and they're doing things that they want to accomplish, but they're not feeling the feeling of why they want to accomplish it. Are they doing it for them, for their inner self, or are they doing it because that's what others expect of them? You see, this year has been a growth spurt for all of us. You can choose to accept it and grow and change and shift in a new direction and open up your heart and have passion and compassion for others, to choose to be of service in some way, because each one of us is here to be of service. Or you can keep going to the beat of the drum that has kept you thus far, but the sound is empty and hollow. There is not this harmonic convergence of all the sounds of nature and the universe basking in the glow of the sun. It's not as easy as it looks, this thing called life. But if you weren't an evolved soul, if you weren't a magnificent being, if you hadn't graduated from some aspect of heavenly dust to come here, you wouldn't be here. So yes, those of us born in this period of time that a pandemic rained upon us, we knew that we would be a part of this. And we have the courage, the fortitude, the wisdom, divine destiny. The only thing between your divine tapestry and destiny of the greatest experiences is you. The way you look at it, the way you experience life, the self-talk, the communication with others. This becomes your repetitive pattern that holds you, binded to the past, forever trying to break free, making small changes, but still hearing the echo of nothingness all around. A soul that is filled with love, a soul that is bright light, hears all things at all times, that is the harmony of life. So tune into your soul in these next few weeks. Ask yourself, your higher self, what will I do? And how may I be aligned with my divine plan? And if I could make any change at all that would make my heart sing, that would allow me to skip with joy and freedom, what would it be? And I can hear you. I hear the left brain saying, well, that's all fine and dandy, Sarah Spiritual, but I got bills to pay, I've got kids to feed, or I just got laid off and I don't have what I need. I can hear you. But if you think of that, you still hear the echo of nothingness. So why don't you move over and begin to think about what it feels like to hear the harmony of the universe, the songs in nature, the crash of the waves, that everything is unified and nothing is divided, yet we as humans sit on a planet that we choose to divide. Whose side is right anyhow? We're all one. So when you condemn another, you condemn yourself. There's no getting around it. So if you find yourself at the end of 2020 saying, holy crow, that was a heck of a year, and I really want to change because now I realize the preciousness of life. I realize the importance of freedom and the ability to achieve, but from the heart. Then take a different look at how you create your 2021 visions. And ask yourself first, before you say, this is what I want to do, ask yourself to say, this is what I would love to do. And I know it'll feel good because I am aligned with the divine plan.